This offseason, the Blazers signed wing Ben McLemore to a one-year minimum contract. McLemore, the former 7th overall pick in the 2013 draft, spent time with both the Houston Rockets and Los Angeles Lakers during last season. He averaged 7.7 points per game, 1.9 rebounds, and 0.7 assists per game, all that being done in 17 minutes per game. He shot 37% from the field, 34.6% from 3, and 73.6% from the free throw line, good enough for a true shooting percentage of 52.3%. Now, that downtick in efficiency last season was discouraging for Ben McLemore after a 2019-2020 season in which he shot 44% from the field and 40% from 3 for the Houston Rockets. Some of that drop-off in production might be explained by the injuries in which McLemore had to deal with. He dealt with multiple injuries, including a broken foot and a sprained ankle. He did end up playing 53 games last season, but his lack of production could be explained by him being banged up. The Blazers front office could be looking at Ben McLemore, hoping that he can have a healthier season than he did last year and get back to shooting 40% from the three-point line. If that's the case, then this could be a bargain signing on a minimum contract. What's going on, everybody? Welcome into another player preview. This one will be on Ben McLemore. I'll be dropping a Tony Snell one later tonight, and unfortunately, a lot of things that I might say about Ben McLemore, I'll also say about Tony Snell, but hopefully you watch that one as well. These are two minimum signings that I liked for the Portland Trail Blazers, and I like this Ben McLemore signing, even if he doesn't end up getting his efficiency back up to what it was before. For a guy that's not going to slot into the rotation right away, I think this is a solid deal. Now, let me just touch on his skills or lack of skills before I get into what his role might be and how he might be used in Chauncey Billups' system. He's a career 36% three-point shooter, but 2018 through 2020, he had two good seasons in which he shot 41.5% from 3 and then 40%. As I said, that declined last year to below 35%, so the Blazers are hoping he can get back to where he was the 2 seasons prior. He's pretty much just a three-point shooter. I think he is an okay defender. He's trended from okay to below average. Hopefully he can just be serviceable on that end. He's not a guy that you would label as a 3-and-D guy because he's definitely not a good defender, but as long as he can be serviceable and shoot 40% from 3, then you have a guy that can play a role in a pinch if the Blazers need it. Outside of that, he's not a guy that's going to do too much off the dribble. He's not going to make plays for others. Per 36 minutes for his career, he only averages 1.6 assists per game. So this isn't a guy that you'll give the ball to and he'll go make things happen for himself or others on a regular basis. That's not his game. He's primarily an off-ball player as a three-point shooter. He's also pretty athletic, so in transition, he can be a lob target. He can be a guy that you throw a head-to-head pass to and he can finish. The Blazers in the past couple years have seemingly valued athleticism more, so he kind of fits into that. He's not the same Ben McLemore he was when he was younger, definitely isn't the same athlete he was when he played that one season at the University of Kansas when he was a big-name college basketball player, but he still has some leaping ability and is still able to get off the ground enough where you can throw an alley-oop to him or hit him with a backdoor cut and he can go and finish at the rim. Now, I don't expect him to play many minutes. If the Blazers end up dealing with injury issues, then he could get slotted into the rotation, but I don't think he should be a regular rotation player off the bat. I think he should probably be our 11th man at this point. If you can't already tell with these player previews, I'm doing them from the bottom of the roster up. Now, I did Greg Brown first because he's a rookie. I would have him above CJ Ellaby and maybe even above McLemore in the rotation, but they play different positions, so it's kind of a moot point. As an 11th man on the team, I like McLemore. I think he will be able to get his shooting ability back to what it was the 2 seasons prior to last year. Maybe he's not quite at 40%, but if he can be like 37, 38% and a guy that can get hot and knock down threes in bunches, then offensively he's going to be a serviceable player as a three-point shooter. And just as long as he isn't getting absolutely cooked on the defensive end, that's good enough for an 11th man. Now, Chauncey Billups is really valuing a player that can attack off the dribble and then finish at the rim or read the court correctly and make the right kick-out pass, and he wants to have a roster that consists of ball movement, player movement, and then guys that are able to read and react while they attack the basket. I'm not sure how McLemore really fits into that. I mean, I stated his assist numbers. They're not good. He's not a guy that is known for his passing, so I'm not really sure he's going to be a guy that's going to be attacking downhill and read or reacting, but at this point, he's been in the league for 8 NBA seasons, so he's a veteran at this point. He should be smart enough to make basic plays. And as a cutter, with his athleticism and Chauncey's half-court offense, I do like the idea of that, and I do like the idea of him running the court in a transition fast break offense and maybe being a threat that way. It's just really hard to find a ton of value outside his three-point shooting, so in my opinion, there's not a super high ceiling on this signing, but when you're looking for guys that aren't going to play, you're going to have a tough time finding veterans with a really high ceiling that won't end up being parts of your rotation. McLemore is 28 years old, closer to 29. At that point, players are pretty much what they are. You're not going to get a guy who's a bit of a wild card who's going to break out once he's at that age. So you're just taking a guy that you know what he is, you know he's probably going to be able to hit threes. If he shoots what he did last year at under 35%, then he really doesn't have much value at all, but I don't think that's going to repeat itself. So you have a guy that can shoot threes and he's athletic, and you know what his weaknesses are. So he's kind of a guy that you can fit into lineups and game plan around to hopefully negate some of his weaknesses and put him in a role where it plays to his strengths, where he's shooting a bunch of threes, maybe coming off screens, hitting threes. And if he starts hitting some, or teams are already overplaying him, then hopefully he can get a backdoor cut, get a feed, and finish at the rim. I think that's pretty much the role that he's going to play. I don't see him being utilized outside of that. Now, I have 2 statistical goals for Ben McLemore since he isn't going to play that much. For the players that play a lot, I will have more goals for them. His 2 goals are efficiency based. I want to see him shoot 40% from 3. 2 of the last seasons, he's done that. So I think that's definitely possible for him, and that is my 3-point efficiency goal for him. My other efficiency goal for him is I want to see him shoot at least 47% from 2. He doesn't shoot many 2s. He shoots more 3s on his career than 2s, and especially in the past couple of seasons, about 80% of his shots are 3-point shots. Therefore, he should be a guy that isn't super inefficient from 2. It's not a goal that really is going to matter that much since he's not going to play much and he barely shoots 2s as it is. He only shot 85 last year, but I would at least like to see him shoot 47% from 2. Anyway, that wraps up my player preview for Ben McLemore. Let me know what you think of him down in the comment section below. I do read all your comments, and I would like more comments under these videos, just you guys giving your thoughts on certain players. Those are always fun for me to read. Also, check out the website blazersuprise.com. There should be a link in the description box below. And we've gone over a little revision with how the website is laid out, and I think it's laid out better. So definitely give the website a chance and go check it out. And with that, I'm out of here. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Until next time, as always, peace out. Go Blazers.